was torn.
Let's go, let's go.
Beyond repair, I felt so alone. See, no one cares. You came along, gave me a song to ease the pain.
Hey, what's going on, Stone, man?
Erase the strain.
Sunshine. Shine, sunshine. Let's go, let's go.
With no one but you promised me. You did.
Grand Rising to you, Queen.
I made the choice to give you my trust. Now I rejoice. You answered my praise. Not a moment too soon. No word I embrace. My sins you erased. You could have blessed me.
Church Day Park, okay. We gonna go there.
You'll be there all the time. Oh, and you did just what you said. I gave it up. Oh, I let it go.
Sometimes you gotta let it go.
Lord, you brought me through. Now I'm
Said I wanna have some church today. We got some church.
have your way.
What up, Ashley? That's it, Queen. I said I want some church today. We got some church.
You would hear my plea.
Taylor May. What up, Queen? What up, Queen?
Against all odds, I made the choice to give you my trust. Now I rejoice. You answered my
Not a
prayer.
moment too soon.
Not a moment too soon.
God know what He's doing.
Your word I am.
God know what He's doing.
My sins you erased. You could have left
Yeah.
with no one.
Thank God He didn't leave us where we was. Because where we gonna be. Yeah. Miss me. Everybody can't do what they said they gonna do. Yeah. Everybody not gonna do what they say they gonna do. Everybody are not men or women of their word. Church is 1 o'clock. Well, church is 1. We got some church this morning. Yeah. Grand Rising, Father. That's what you say. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. Yeah. Today's gonna be a phenomenal day. Grand Rising, I am J Pitch Presents, I am your life coach, and class is definitely in session. The Queen said that you did exactly just what you said. How many people in your life do exactly what they say they're going to do? I'm going to tell you, folk say a lot, but ain't doing nothing. This is why God wants us to have an attentive spirit. An attentive spirit will always have you on your P's and Q's. People won't behoove you with words and not even behoove you or deceive you with actions. Because some people will behoove you with words and behoove you with actions. But words, they will deceive you with no action. Actions, they'll deceive you with no consistency. So you gotta be attentive with people, places, and things. Come on, speak, God. I feel like you about to be in your bag this morning. I truly feel like you about to be in your bag this morning, God. I truly believe that. Hey, those who love and support me, like and share. Like and share. Hey, if God put on your heart, I inspire you some type of way. Hey, bless my business, my Venmo, my Cash App is in the title. But I'm going to tell you something. God about to be in this bag. I can feel it. I can feel it right now. But I'm going to tell you something. The way God wants us to function spiritually, which is going to help us function physically and every other entity in our life, is being more attentive. Having an attentive spirit. When you have a tentative spirit, I'm going to tell you, you won't be deceived by words. When you are deceived by words, that means you love what somebody hear, but you're not paying attention to the actions to see if what they're saying is true. One who is deceived by actions, you are deceived by what they're doing in the moment, but you're not focusing on the consistency. See, y'all, man, I'm a rare breed. Folk don't know how to handle me because I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. This is why so many people are being deceived. Because they're getting caught up on words with no action. Words don't even become true until they're acted upon. Actions you shouldn't even take as gold until there's levels of consistency. You see the difference? So in what people say, I'm going to help you in what people say. Make sure that what they say, they're doing. Because that will make it true. When it comes to people who are doing actions or a nice thing, make sure what they're doing is consistent. Because when it's consistent, then you can count it as gold. If it ain't acted upon from what they said, if what they act upon isn't consistent, God said don't count it as valid. Don't count it as true. Don't count it as something loving. Don't count it as something positive. Don't count it as something that's going to better you. God said don't be deceived, don't be behooved. There are too many people out here being deceived and behooved because of words and actions. Words need actions. Actions need consistency. In that order. Otherwise, you cannot count it as valid. See, you've been practicing your whole life counting things as valid because things were said and then you had never heard it before, so it made you feel good. Things were done, you never felt it before, but it wasn't consistent. Come on, speak, God. Speak. Speak. We need an attentive spirit. Why? Because many are being deceived, and one who deceives many has already deceived themselves. So who, with your family, friends, and even some of y'all that are in relationship with your mates, are the words acted upon? Are the actions consistent? This tells a lot about how you should trust and love people or invest your time with certain individuals. I said what I said. Is the words they're saying act upon? If it's act upon, is it consistent? If these are not flowing this way, then I'm telling you, God said don't count it as true. Don't count it as valid. There are too many people out here being deceived. They're being loaded. I'm telling you, being behooved and deceived because they caught up on words and actions. That's why I say we're not the same. We're not the same. We're not the same. Why? Because I don't get caught up on people saying, tickling my ear with things that either I haven't heard before or things that are nice. If what you're saying is true, then you need to be showing it. If you're showing it, then it needs to be consistent. Because when it's consistent, that is aligned to your character. That is aligned to who you are, what you stand for, and the God you serve. Hello? This is what I'm saying. Y'all got to be attentive. You need an attentive spirit. An attentive spirit. Because when you are attentive, you won't be deceived. Y'all get so deceived by words. Words are not true until they're acted upon. Words are not true until they're acted upon. So it's words, action, then consistency. So if what somebody's saying has not been acted upon, it is not true. If it is acted upon, then it needs to be consistent. Because if these things are not working in that order, then you cannot count it as valid. I don't care if it's your family. I don't care if it's your friends. I don't care if it's in business. I don't care if it's your mate. Your words need to match your actions, and your actions got to be consistent. Because God's saying too many people, too many of God's children are being deceived because of this notion, this vibration, this type of energy. What up, Dip? Blessed to you, King. Today going to be a phenomenal day. We got to start living in our truth so we don't be deceived. People doing a whole lot of talking, and God said they ain't doing a whole lot of doing. God said people doing a whole lot of doing, but ain't a whole lot of consistency, and y'all are being deceived. In the front, they are painting a beautiful picture, but behind it is a nightmare. A nightmare. You hoping life is a dream by how things are going because of your decisions. Words do not be counted valid until action is attached to it. Actions cannot be counted as valid until it is tied to consistency. Otherwise, people are just saying what you want to hear. People are doing what you want them to do, and it ain't even true. It ain't even true. They're just doing it because they want something from you. They want something from you. They want something from you, or they want some out of you. God wants us to have an attentive spirit, because when you are attentive, you are a man or a woman that's always on their P's and Q's. You always on your P's and Q's, no matter what people do and how they do it. Y'all can't be behooved and deceived by words. Don't be behooved and deceived by words. There are some ear-tickling people that will say everything you need to hear or what you want to hear. And God said, wake up. Reach a level of consciousness that your third eye is open so you don't be deceived. Words are not true until you put action to it. Actions cannot be counted as true until you show levels of consistency. Point blank and period. What up, Dennis? What up, boy? What up, boy? See you, King. What up, Debo? Blessings to you. Blessings to you and your family. Keep doing what you're doing. That family orientation I see you doing, salute to you, King. I respect that. But I'm telling y'all we are not the same. I am not going for words until actions is applied to it or attached to it. I am not going for actions until actions is consistent. If one cannot be consistent in their adulthood, they have childish behavior. You childish. You childish. You are no different from a child. God is saying you look wrong from the exterior, but your interior is very poor. It's childish. What up, Roscoe? Blessed to you, King. Today gonna be a phenomenal day. God in his bag this morning. Y'all gotta keep it real with yourself. Because when you keep it real with yourself, one who does it from within can do it outward. But y'all got to stop being deceived by people all because they want to say something nice, and now you change your countenance, or you count it as bank, or you count it as true, or you count it as them keeping it real. No, it's not. God's sitting there and seeing their activity. Who you are to the public is one thing, but who you are personally and behind closed doors is the real you. There's a lot of people portraying so much in social media and so much to their neighbors, so much on their outlook, but God says, I see their in look, who they are on the inside. There are so many people walking around here with 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old bodies, but 15-year-old spirits because of your lack of maturity. You can't even keep your dignity in your difficulties. Y'all got high desires, but low productivity. God says how you operate on the inside that is really determining your success, your joy, your peace, and your happiness. The things you've been desiring. The reason why these things haven't came yet is because you walk around here with 30, 40-year-old body with a 15-year-old spirit. You ain't qualified because how you operate on the inside. So I say again, repetitively, because I want you to get it tattooed to your mind. Words cannot be counted as true until they're acted upon. Action should not be counted as valid until they show levels of consistency. If one cannot do this, then they lack maturity. What up, Mo? What up, Mo? They lack maturity. Here's why. For some of y'all who slow, who sat in the back of the bus when we was young, going to school, who rode on the short bus, who didn't spend enough time tapping into wisdom and knowledge, who just thought you just woke up today just existing when your life got so much purpose. If God is waking you up this morning, God is saying to your life right now, you got something to live for. So I don't care what you've been through and what you're going through. You got something to live for right now. Because I'm going to tell you something. If it wasn't meant for you to be here, guess what? You wouldn't. If it wasn't meant for you to be here, guess what? You wouldn't. Because why you didn't die like the next man? Y'all know so many people who are dead and gone, but yet you still here. So if you're still here, obviously life, the universal law, principles, and values is saying you got something to live for. Now, if you come in today, pimp, tricking, and holding yourself out a good day, you're going to pimp, trick, and hold yourself out a good life. You can't blame nobody but yourself because God has given you the allotted time to live. Change certain circumstances and situations. But you woke up this morning focusing on something that is not beneficial. Something that's not going to help you. Something that's not going to propel you. So I need you to make better choices. Go where you motivated. Go where you celebrated. Go where you educated. Go where you're loved. Because if you're going other places that is a disservice to your genetic makeup, then you the fool. You can't blame the devil and say the devil busy. You can't blame everybody else. You can't say your enemy. No, you need to look in the mirror and blame yourself. It's you. You are your worst enemy. So I say again, words. Just because folks say something, don't count it as true. If they haven't acted upon or proven it with their actions, then words are not true. What they're saying, I'm going to tell you, let's even just keep it a real because the opposite of truth is lie. If somebody says something but they're not doing what they said, then that's what they are they are lying. If they progress and function this way, they have become a liar. And I'm going to tell you something. One who has told a lie to themselves will tell a lie to you. If they practice this consistently, they will live a lie. Live a lie. Live a lie, a whole lie. Whole life is a 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 lie. God wants us to have an attentive spirit. An attentive spirit. A man or woman who is responsible and accept their responsibility of taking care of themselves. Taking care of themselves responsibly. Meaning you are attentive. You're not so easily deceived. If y'all be getting deceived all the time, if you're a person that's getting deceived all the time, it's because you're not attentive. You haven't reached your fullness of maturity. You are not spiritually, fully, properly developed. You're not where you need to be mentally, emotionally, sexually, spiritually, physically, financially, every entity of their life. Because I'm going to tell you something. Even the scripture says a double-minded man is unstable in all his or her ways. So if you're unstable spiritually, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be unstable physically. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be unstable mentally. 9 times out of 10, you're going to be unstable sexually, even financially, every entity of your life, because it's coming, baby. It's coming, kings and queens. If you're unstable in one area, you're going to be unstable in all areas. So when it comes to your life, you got to be attentive. Y'all get so caught up in words, but what they saying, they ain't doing. Y'all get so caught up in actions, but their actions ain't consistent. God says stop counting things as valid. Make sure of what they saying, that's what they doing. Make sure what they doing, they able to do it consistent and not in the moment because they want something out of you, want something from you. There's a lot of fake people out here. That's why folk come in on my lives and get off my lives because they can't handle the heat. Because I'm stepping on your toes. You might come off this live needing a pedicure. You might come off this live, I might be stepping all on your toes. You're going to come off my live pitch-toed and bow-legged because I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Because I want you to live before you die. Because you're going to be dead a lot longer than you are alive. Ask George Washington. Look up George Washington's life expectancy. Meaning how long he lived. Then look at how many years the earth has been here after he died. He was dead a lot longer than he was alive. So the reality is what God is trying to tell us is stop wasting time. All your time is valuable. Newsflash for you people that's sitting in the back. All your time is valuable. Every moment, second, month, year, week is valuable. Because when you dead, when you die, you're going to be dead a lot longer than you are alive. All your time is valuable. All your time is valuable. So you don't have time to be allowing nobody to waste your time. You don't have no time to be allowing somebody to be sitting around believing anything, living a lie. You don't have time for folk to just be chugging and jiving. Folk got to know what they want. Folk got to know what they want to do and how they want to do it. Because the reality is, if folk are going to waste their time, they're going to waste your time also. These are people that are grown physically, but are still young spiritually. Meaning they are of age, but they still operate from a childish behavior. There are so many people that are an adult physically, but they are still young spiritually, meaning they are not functioning under their man and womanhood. They are functioning under their childhood still. They are in an adult level, but God said they are operating from a childhood position. Come on, speak, God. Speak. Speak. They are at adult level, but they are operating from a childhood position. So when you see people that can't be consistent in who they are as an adult, they are childish. They are still functioning from their childhood, meaning they're still dealing with trauma. They still got some generational curses around, and they cannot function properly in a healthy way. Y'all got to know when people childish, because you are looking at a grown man and a grown woman that's still functioning as a child. You wonder why you can't grow with them. You can't build with them. You can't work with them. You can't love them in the right way. They're not doing the things that you need or what relationship requires, what family requires, what friendship requires, what business requires. You wonder why you can't get these things. It's because they're still childish. God said, open up your eye, exercise your pineal gland. Reach a level of consciousness that your third eye is open. You got to know when you're dealing with a child. Here's why. Let me break it down. You real people, you might need to step out the class for a second. You can peek through the window, you can whisper or listen, whatever. But I'm going to tell you, step out the class for a second, because some of y'all fake it in a $3 bill. What you portray is not how you living. What you portray ain't real, and I don't respect it. Because I only deal with people who respect life. I'm very firm on men being men. Two things I don't like is a lying woman and a man not being a man. Two things I don't like. I'm telling you, it don't agree with my spirit. My cutoff game is strong. I'm telling you right now, I will distance myself quickly, instantly. I'm telling you, more instant than them grits in that microwave going on for a minute. I'm going to tell you right now, two things that bothers me that I cannot stand is a lying woman and a man not being a man. I'm going to tell you something, it just makes my spirit cringe. It makes my spirit cringe because I'm very firm on men being men and women being women. And I can't stand a lying woman. Man, just keep it a buck with me. You gang, so even if I don't agree with you and what you do and how you do it, I will respect you with your truth. See, I'm big on truth, even if it hurts, even if I don't agree. I'm big on truth because the truth will always set you free. Y'all got to stop living a lie and accept truth, embrace truth. God trying to reveal the situation so you can live in your truth. So you can be in a healthier space, a healthier head space, a healthier heart space, a healthier soul space. It's always been about you. But I'm telling you, y'all got to start respecting truth. How are y'all denying truth but want to be real? Want to have a real life? Want to have real blessings? You can't deny truth but say you want to keep it real. Let the truth set you free. When the truth sets you free, you can live happily. Because now you can work off truth, because truth attests to understanding. Truth attests to clarity. Truth will even give you direction, because when you know the truth, you know how to move. If you don't know truth, how you going to move in the right direction? You don't have truth, so now you're being behooved. You deny truth. You deny truth. When one denies truth, they are a fool, because they're denying the power from within. The power of freedom. Making conscious choices. For an example, a person who doesn't want to be with you, you might be invested, it might hurt you, it might bother you, but universal law principle values has proven you can't hold on to something that don't want to be held. You can't love on something that don't want to be loved. It will hurt you more to try to hold on to it than to simply just free yourself to let it go. So I'd rather you be hurt for a moment than to be damaged for a lifetime. So when it comes to truth, embrace it. Don't resist it. Embrace it. Even if you don't agree with it, embrace it. Here's why: because truth will set you free. You'll be hurt for a moment. God said this will be for a moment. But in that moment, God is going to nourish you spiritually. He's going to teach you spiritually. You're going to develop spiritually. That when the truth sets you free, you're going to be free to limitless possibilities. Come on, speak, God. Speak. Speak. What are you being free from? And where you going after that freedom? That's what God is concerned about. This is why you should embrace truth, because truth will set you free. It will set you free to limitless possibilities. But if you don't embrace truth, guess where you're going to live? A lie, deception, more damage, more pain, more hurt. Some of y'all dang near lost your own identity because you won't embrace truth. You care more about what other people think versus how your life really is. God said with all that energy you portraying, you can actually live the life you portraying if you just put the work in. If you just be honest with yourself. If you start making better choices for what's best for you and your life going forward. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm very firm on men being men, and I can't stand no lying woman. I can't deal. I can't deal. Just keep it real with me. Keep it a buck 50. I mean, hey, look, I ain't got to agree with you. I ain't got to like what you said. But I can respect it, because that's levels of maturity. There are too many people out here functioning in their childhood. They are not grown. They are grown from the exterior, meaning their body has developed. But on their mind, heart, body, and soul, they have the mind, heart, body, and soul of a 15-year-old. Or a 20-year-old. And that's poor self-development. Y'all got to know when you're dealing with a little boy, queens. Y'all got to know when you're dealing with a little girl, kings. These people are immature, can't even keep their dignity in their difficulties, can't even show you levels of consistency, can't even keep your... Here's the thing about consistency. I said words do not become true until they're acted upon. Actions cannot be counted as valid until there's loaded levels of consistency. Here's how you know you're dealing with a child. This is a grown man physically, a grown woman physically, but yet spiritually they are still childish, meaning they have not yet upgraded into their manhood and womanhood. A hood is something you go up under. That's why you see the young boys, the way they dress now, they have on a hoodie. It's a hood, something you go up under. God said these people that are grown physically but not grown spiritually, they are under the childhood, meaning they are still up under because they don't want to grow up both physically, spiritually, emotionally, sexually, every entity of their life. They're under the wrong hood. They have yet to upgrade. They have yet to grow up. Come on, speak, God. And y'all don't know that you're dealing with a child that's under a childhood, meaning a grown man that looks grown physically, but yet they're still childish spiritually. They are under the wrong hood. They are not under their man and womanhood. They are under childhood. And here's why. Those of you used to be a child, and those of you right now that have children are parenting. You want some breakfast? All right, I'm just gonna go fix it.
No, Daddy should my breakfast.
Okay. There you go. Come here. Come here. All right. Hold on. Those of you used to be a child, see, this is how God be holding us accountable, so you can't be excluded. Because some of y'all can be saying, oh, well, he ain't talking to me. He ain't talking to me. Yeah, I am talking to you. I'm talking to myself as well. Some of y'all, man, don't realize, man, God will put you in position, corner you, and you won't be excluded. Let me tell you something. I did, too. And she crazy was so spoiled by her. She want me directly to do it. She don't want nobody else to do it. She's spoiled, but whatever. Yeah, thank God she potty trained though. That's what, hey man, she up to score with that. Thank God she potty trained. So yeah, back to what I was saying though. The reason how you know you're dealing with a grown person that is childish. One, people who have children right now, or if you don't have no kids, you're not excluded. You used to be a child. It's all about repetition. Consistency is tied to maturity. They work hand in hand. Consistency is tied to maturity. So here's why I say y'all don't know when you're dealing with a grown person who is childish, meaning they're developed physically, but they're still childish because their spirit is still 15 as of a teenager. When you were raised, when your mom and daddy was raised, whether it was your mama, your daddy, or both, your mama and daddy was repetitive. It's in the repetition. They was very repetitive. With me, my mom was like, boy, you better take out that trash. Boy, you better take out that trash. Jeff, you better make sure you take out that trash. You better make sure that kitchen clean. You better make sure that grass cut. She was very repetitive. Why? Because of my mentality. I was in a childish, under my childhood, meaning low maturity. So to teach me, she had to be consistent with me, repetitive until I got it together. And when I didn't do it, there were consequences. And through the consequences, I learned. Through the consequences, I learned that, okay, I need to do this. I need to do this. She took stuff away. I couldn't go play basketball. I couldn't go outside until I said, you know what? I'm going to stop playing with this woman. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to do what I need to do so she don't punish me. So it's in being repetitive. So by your parents being consistent, even ones who are parents right now, how often do you got to tell your child to do something until they got it together? You had to be repetitive to build the consistency. You had to be so repetitive and throw in consequences as they grew up year 1 to year 10 to year 15. You had to be so repetitive to build their consistency. That's because they were under their childhood. They had to be taught. So when you're dealing with a grown individual, where you have to consistently keep going to them to do stuff they should already know better, to do better by, they're childish. They're childish. There's still childish behavior in them. They are not developed. They could not be raised, but they lack maturity. Because if you are in a relationship, let's just use relationship as an example. If you are in a relationship and you got to always ask somebody to communicate, you got to always ask somebody to do something that they should already know how to do, then this is childish behavior. They're not properly developed, not physically, spiritually, whatever. Every entity of their life. This is how you know you're dealing with a grown person that is a child. Because you got to keep being repetitive when they should have came into the situation with loaded consistency. You should not have to be repetitive with an adult. You shouldn't have. See, these people, I'm going to tell you what these type of people do too. When you are repetitive, this is what they do. You talking to me like you my daddy. You talking to me like you my mama. What? I opened it up. Okay, go ahead. This is how you know you're dealing with somebody that's a child. They're a child. You shouldn't have to consistently, what up, King? You shouldn't have to consistently have to tell a person to do something they should already know how to do when they're grown. They're grown. If you have to be repetitive with an adult, they are not under their manhood and womanhood. They are under childhood. A hood is defined as something that you go under. Y'all got to start paying attention to how people operate, not in the moment, but how they operate consistently. Their consistency is aligned with their character, and it tells the truth about who they are. So there's a lot of grown people out here walking around, but they're childish because they practice more of childish behavior, meaning they're more up under their childhood when they should be up under their man and womanhood, meaning an upgrade. And I'm telling you, some of these people are walking around here like this because they're not raised. There are some people that are not properly raised, and it comes through the form of their lack of consistency. This is how you know you're dealing with a child. A grown-looking man, a grown-looking woman with childish behavior. If you continue to function with a grown-looking man and a grown-looking woman that's under their childhood, you're going to lose. You're going to waste a lot of time. You should not be in family, friends, relationship, and business asking a person to repetitively communicate. Repetition is aligned to parenting. So if you're talking to an adult and you sound like you're being a parent, it's because they have childish behavior. They're childish. And here's how you know you're dealing. There's another sign or red flag how you know you're dealing with somebody that is childish. Meaning they're grown, but they operate spiritually like they're a 15-year-old. It's how they operate on the inside. When they say, oh man, you ain't my mama. Oh, you ain't my daddy. Well, you need to act like you had your mama and your daddy. You need to act like you've been raised in, because a grown person should be not be talking to another grown person like they're parenting. It shouldn't be repetitive. Hey man, when you gonna talk about this? Well, let's talk about that. Or when we gonna do this? Or when we gonna do that? Or how we gonna do this? And how we gonna do that? We shouldn't be having to do this. You should be operating like this consistently. Why? Because if you're not operating this on this level, then you are a grown person that is childish. Grown physically, but childish spiritually. And y'all gotta know that. You shouldn't ask a man to be loyal. He should already know how to be loyal. You shouldn't be asking a woman to be loyal. She should already know how to be loyal. You shouldn't be asking a man or woman to communicate. They should already know how to communicate. They're grown. They're in adulthood. Function up under it. There are certain things in relationships that are required, the basics, that you should not have to ask a person to do. They should come in with this. If they don't come in with this, they are not properly developed, meaning they have childish behavior, meaning there's a high potential rate that they were not raised the right way, properly. And it's nothing to get mad at. You just shouldn't invest. You shouldn't invest. Stop putting your time in. They need to spend some time in their singlehood now that they're in their adulthood so they can come out of their childhood. Come on, speak, God. Speak, God. They need to spend time in their singlehood so they can develop their adulthood, meaning their man or womanhood, so they can come off of under their childhood. I ain't got time to be wasting no time with no grown person that should be knowing how to be grown. Who your mom and them? Who your daddy and them? Mom and daddy has failed you because you don't properly operate consistently as an adult. And it's not, I'm going to tell y'all, some of y'all in relationships, y'all come in relationships wearing too many hats. Come on, speak, God. Somebody going to get off this loud, pigeon-toed and bow-legged, fooling around with me. Some of y'all get in these relationships wearing too many hats. You should not be coming into a relationship having to be one's therapist, one's financial advisor, one to communicate, manage, teach, raise. You dang know when you came in for love, but now you function, you like their mom and daddy now. And they resist it when they need it. If you are in a relationship and you have to correct somebody all the time, it's because they wasn't raised, baby. They wasn't raised, kings and queens. I'm sorry, not sorry. The truth will set you free. They are not properly raised. There are too many grown people walk around here not raised. And some of y'all will invest love with them, and you have so many difficulties. You have so many challenges. I'm going to tell you, I don't care how much you love a person, you cannot overcome one's demons. Hello? If somebody is dealing with demons, baby, I'm telling you right now, you need to let them have some times with themselves, because they will demonize you by them fighting their demons. And here's the thing, which we need to address right now. One who is dealing with demons. The question is, which I was talking to a queen yesterday. I had a session with a queen yesterday, and God intervened with clarity. The biggest question when you're dealing with family, friends, and mates, when people are dealing with trauma, childhood situation, pain, struggle, the question is, are they dealing with demons or are they fighting their demons? There's a difference. Let me say it again. Are they dealing with their demons or are they fighting them? See, I can work with a person who's fighting their demons, but dealing with your demons, no, you making deals, baby. You ain't working towards nothing better, nothing greater. They dealing with demons and they will demonize you. Ruin you, ruin your mind, your heart, your greatness, your purpose, your promises of God in your life, because they are dealing with demons, not fighting them. There is a difference. Those who love and support me, like and share. Like and share. And if God put it in your heart, I inspire you some type of way, my Venmo and my Cash App is in the title. But I'm going to tell you something. You need to know the difference between somebody dealing with their demons and fighting their demons. When you're dealing, you're making deals. You're getting comfortable. You're adjusting. You're accepting. You're allowing them to be there. When you're fighting your demons, you are tapping into other outside entities to help you overcome what you've been through and what you're going through, so you can be a healthy you not only for you, but be a healthy you for somebody you're tied to. I'm telling you, are the people you dealing with, or are you dealing with your demons, or are you fighting your demons? Because when you're fighting, you're trying to conquer the situation. When you're dealing, you're trying to create a home for these demons to stay. And that should determine whether or not you should invest or uninvest. Pull out, withdraw from that account of life. Take everything out. Your goodness, your greatness, your peace. I'm talking about your joy, your love, pull all the way out. Pull all the way out. If a person is dealing with their demons, pull all the way out. You just gonna have to love them from a distance. Because I'm gonna tell you something, love don't hurt. And I'm gonna tell you, true love would not require you to lose you loving them. Hello? Does it make sense? Because if it don't make sense, you're gonna be a certified fool, and you ain't gotta go to school to get this dummy certificate. You're going to lose you. God would never put you in a position or allow you to be in a position or approve you to be in a position to lose you loving something else. I ain't losing me loving you. No, I'll let you go. The gift of goodbyes. I don't even celebrate holidays. Christmas came early. We halfway through the year, and I'm already letting people go. You should be letting people go. You should be letting people go too, for the sake of you. You shouldn't love something enough to damage you loving them. No, true love would meet you halfway, the whole way. True love develops, not tear down. True love is divine. True love attests more to increase. True love attests to healing. Y'all need to start diversifying your life portfolio. Come on, speak, God. Now you want to talk about business. Now you want to talk. Y'all need to diversify your life portfolio and who you deal with and how you deal with them. Y'all need to go to some new places. Y'all need to deal with some new things, and y'all need to get around some new people. That's what you need to do. Yeah, we having a whole live session right now. I advise you to get around some new things, some new places, and some new people. Diversify your life portfolio with the rest of the year. I advise you to go where you're motivated, loved, celebrated, and educated. Proverbs says, iron sharpens iron. How are y'all dealing with people that don't bring the best out of you, but yet they bring it out the worst? God said, I did not give you that time to go spend over there with that raggedy spirit having individual. I did not give you that time to be sad. I did not give you that time to be depressed. I did not give you this time today to be oppressed, meaning you're calculating or accumulating negative energy. I'm going to tell you, I did not give you this time to suppress, meaning you're actually willfully holding on to negative things. You woke up still worrying about something you cannot change, nor can you control. When you going to grow up so God can show up? Then here comes the glow up, promotion time. You need to let some of these things go. Like the song say, when I let go, that's when you bless me. Some of y'all got some things you need to let go mentally, physically, sexually, financially, spiritually. Every entity of your life, you need to let it go for the sake of the blessings to come. God don't bless a mess. God bless houses, meaning God bless collectively. God looks at what's in you and what's around you, who you tied to. Because I'm going to tell you, there would be no reason to bless you. And as quick as the blessing comes, the blessing goes. What's the point? What's the purpose? The only way God will give you a blessing to lose it instantly as quick as you got it is to teach you a lesson about who you're around, who you tied to. Every time I'm with this man, every time I get something good, I lose it. Every time I'm with this woman, I get something good and then I lose it. God trying to tell you something. You need to let that go for the better days to come. Because you have not been able to gain consistently. You've been up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, different from us. A lot of me and my peers that I went to school with at Devonshire Elementary on the black top in the playground. You seesawing. You have a good moment and then you're back down again. You have a good day, and then you back to your old ways. You make a good decision from being away from certain people, then you back hang around them again. God said there is no levels of consistency, no levels of maturity. You can't even keep your dignity in your difficulties. You need to grow up. Come off of under that childhood. Come off of under your childhood. Step up to the plate. Stand in on your ground. Stay on your square and get up under your manhood and your womanhood. It's going to complement your life today and your life going forward. Somebody said they want to have church, but we don't have church around. We have church service. Because when you tie church service to church, that means we're servicing something. We're providing a service. God is coming to work on something. See, y'all be going to church. No, where I do, we're going to have service. I'm going to put service on everything I church or service on everything I do, because you should be providing something that's going to better somebody on the outside and the inside. Some of y'all application game is weak, very weak. You'll take information, get excited, no different from the church people who be hooping and hollering and saying amen and hallelujah. And then time you walk out of church, the real test come and you ain't applied nothing that was said. Nothing that was done. Your application game is weak. Proverbs says wisdom cries in the street all day long, meaning God has provided enough wisdom, knowledge, entities to help you, but you don't know how to apply it for what's best for your life going forward to a high level of consistency. Why? Because you still under your childhood when you should be functioning under your man and womanhood. When you gonna grow up? When you gonna grow up? Like I told my grandmother yesterday, nobody can live your life for you, baby. I said, here's why. I said, before you go out the door, put your big toe in your shoe. And get Pawpaw, see if Pawpaw can fit his shoe, his big toe in your shoe while you got your foot in your shoe. Can't nobody live your life for you. You got to walk this life for yourself. She laughed, she giggled, she said, boy, you crazy. She said, you crazy. I said, I'm being honest with you, mama. I'm being honest with you. I said, try to put your big toe in your shoe, and then ask Papa to try to fit his foot in your shoe while you trying to walk and put your shoes on. You can't. Nobody can live your life for you. You got to live your life for yourself. Now, the people that love you going to support you. Your support system is the people outside of you that support in you and what you are already willing and already doing for your life today and going forward. Your support system is the people outside of you that loves you, that supports you being you, everything you've been through, going through, what you trying to do. Meaning, if I love me, my support system going to love me, but they're going to support me loving me. Otherwise, that's not a support system. It's equivalent to King of Analogy. It's equivalent to Floyd Mayweather. You think that man is undefeated because for nothing? You think that man ain't undefeated because of the people he got in the corner of his life? The people in the corner of his life is the reason why he's who he is today. Life is a boxing match. You got a glove on, but your success is contingent upon who in your corner, who's in your support system. This will determine if you knock things out. This will determine if you get knocked out. This will determine if you fall. Your success, your stability is contingent upon who you got in the corner of your life. Ask Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, ask Floyd Mayweather. Who he is because of who he got in his corner. So I'm going to tell y'all, man, hey, look, when it comes to your life, no, you need to be attentive. Attentive. Very attentive. Because some of y'all don't realize you're dealing with a little boy and a little girl. And these people will inconvenience your life. Why? Because you believe more in words with no actions, which makes it a lie and not the truth. You believe in actions with no consistency, meaning they're only doing things for the moment to get what they want out of you. No. I believe in words that's tied to actions, and I believe in titles that's aligned with fulfilled obligations. Otherwise, I will fire you, and I won't respect your title no matter who you are and how you are. Because I am in business. As for the United States of Jeff Pitts, I am the president, the vice president, the senator, the governor. I am the chief of the estate. I'm telling you, I'm high first class security. I'm telling you right now. God said if you woke up in this morning, this good old day, this good grand rising day, as the sun shine, you should shine. As the sun rise, you should rise. God said if you ain't happy, you got work to do. It's your fault. Stop blaming everybody else outside you. Stop jobbing everybody outside of you to manage you. God gave you to take care of you. You was born with you. You've been with you. You're going to be with you for the rest of your life. You're even going to die with you. You're going to be dead a lot longer than you are alive. So why aren't you taking care of you? So if you ain't happy, you need to be handling that. If you ain't happy, you need to go get you some smiles. If you ain't smiled yet this morning, go get you some. Go pick you up some. Some of y'all know what y'all want and y'all need. You need to go where your wants and needs are. Make better choices. Things, people, places, and things that's going to bring the best out of you, not the worst. Now let's address the elephant in the room before I get off this live. Because my Father loves it best. Shout out to you, Paul. Bless all my family in the ATL. Shout out to you, Ma. Love you dearly. Bless all my family in the ATL. I've been talking to my niece ever since last week. We've been inboxing each other, chatting on the phone. Me and my niece, man, been cutting up, man. Phenomenal, man. Make me love even more being a proud uncle. Being a proud uncle. But yeah, bless you, Pop. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for mending that relationship. But let's address the elephant in the room. What up, Jasmine? Bless to you, Queen. Tell your mama I said what's up too. Her crazy self. The people who hate or envy or are jealous, stop. People who look out and build negativity from within. Come on, speak, God. Speak. The jealous soul, the envious soul, the hating soul, one who looks out with jealousy, envy, hate, and build this energy from within. God wants to cure or heal you from these low vibrations. As my father said, let's tap. He loves when I tap into the word. Well, let's go to Jeremiah. And some of y'all might not read the Bible, but I'll read everything. Here's why. One who rejects wisdom is a fool. I can learn from a millionaire, and I can learn from a homeless man. Wisdom is simply what it is, wisdom. So I don't care what you believe in, you are not excluded from universal laws, principles, and values. If you do wrong, wrong gonna come back. Whether you believe in karma or not, there's a such thing as good karma and bad karma. You reap what you sow in this life. If you sow good seeds, good fruit will come. If you sow bad seeds, then guess what? Your life ain't going to be fruitful. Nobody is excluded. But Jeremiah 13 wants to heal people that are dealing with jealousy, people who are dealing with envy, people who are dealing with hate, and people that are operating under it. Jeremiah 13:1 says, "Thus said the Lord said to me, go and get yourself a linen sash and put it around your waist, but do not put it in water. So I got a sash according to the word of the Lord and put it around the waist. And the word of the Lord came to me the second time, saying, take the sash that you acquired, which is around your waist, and arise. Go to the Euphrates and hide it there in a hole in a rock. So I went and hid it by the Euphrates, and as the Lord commanded me. Now it came to pass after many days that the Lord said to me, arise, go to the Euphrates and take from the sash which I commanded you to hide there. Then I went to the Euphrates and dug, and I took the sash from the place where I hid it. And there was the sash ruined. It was profitable to nothing. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Thus said the Lord, in this manner I will ruin the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. The evil people who refuse to hear my words, who follow the dictates of their hearts and walk after other gods to serve them and worship them, shall be just like the sash, which is profitable for nothing. For as the sash clings to the waist of a man, so I have caused the whole house of Israel and the whole house of Judah to cling to me, says the Lord, that they may become my people, for renown and for praise and for the glory, but they would not hear. Jeremiah 13:1 was attesting to people that are jealous, people that are envious, and people that hate. Jeremiah was also revealing something about you good people that need patience in what you're waiting for that is great. I ain't talking about no little blessing. I'm talking about a big blessing. Some of y'all are on it. Come on, speak, God. Some of y'all are on this live waiting for something. Some of y'all are desiring something. Some of y'all been waiting and praying for something. Some of y'all been waiting for things to shoot off like a rocket in your life. And some of y'all feel like it ain't gonna never happen. Some of y'all feel like it ain't gonna never happen. You've been giving up hope. Like I said, 2-3 days ago. Some of y'all have great options on the table and you took it off because of your age. You took it off because you don't believe. You took it off because you don't feel like you have the resources. You took it off because you don't have the support system. You are literally right now giving up on your dream, which you got to wake up to experience it. You're giving up on something that you love, something that your heart been yearning for and desiring for, all because of where you at in life. God said you took that option off the table. You need to put it back on. God is not respect of any person, and God is a God do not live or as being controlled by time. So you gave up. God said I ain't gave up. God said you ain't got the faith. God gonna have the faith for you. God said you wrote it out. God gonna write it back in. God said, yeah, you may took it off. God gonna put it back on, and God is gonna make a believer out of you. You're giving up. God said give out. Give out that negative energy. Give out that negative energy. Don't give up. Give out. What up, JC? Blessed to you, King. What up, Shantae? Blessed to you, Quinn. Today gonna be a phenomenal day. Don't give out. Don't give up. Give out. Y'all need to give out what you gave up on. Because the reality is, you saying that you too old, that's why it can't happen. You saying you don't have the resources, that's why it can't happen. You're saying you don't have the support system, that's why it can't happen. That is a lie. That is a lie. It's your thought process. It's in your belief mechanism. It's your mentality that is flawed, because one who cannot think properly or healthy cannot produce what their hearts desire. Come on, speak, God. Speak. Jeremiah 13:1 was also not just addressing the hater, one who envies, one who is jealous, but it's also addressing the people who have given up, the people who have thrown away certain things. See, Jeremiah was sitting his house. Jeremiah was like, well, God, I'm over here trying to do the right thing. I'm out here being a good man. Or some of y'all walk around saying, oh man, I'm being a great woman. I'm being a good man. I'm trying to do everything right. I'm dotting every I. I'm crossing every T. Some of y'all are giving up because you're not getting the true results that you truly desire. Jeremiah felt like that. Touch and agree. Jeremiah felt like that. Those who love and support me, like and share. And if I inspire you in some type of way, God put it in your heart. My Venmo and my Cash App is in the title. I just want to let you know I appreciate you, because there is no me without you. But I'm going to tell you something. You better live before you die, because you're going to be dead a lot longer than you are alive. Ask George Washington. I'm telling you, Jeremiah felt like giving up because of his results. Jeremiah felt like giving up because he saw everybody else living their life in a healthy way. Thank you. It's not good too. Jeremiah.
Daddy.
Yes.
I was trying to get it down, and then I broke my phone.
Okay.
I was so I can get the birthday, and I get those again. The phone, and then when the children I broke my phone, and then broke my phone.
Oh, really? But don't break it. Well, bring it to me. Go get it so I can fix it. Where is it?
It's in the floor. I fixed the phone.
Okay, well, do it for me. Well, let me see it. Bring it to me so I can see it. Jeremiah was saying, God, here I am trying to do the right thing. Some of y'all just want to do right. You have a desire to do right. You don't snake nobody. You don't do nobody wrong. You don't stab nobody in the back. You just a genuine loving individual. Some of y'all are so loyal to a default, and you need to stop being a fool. You loyal to a default. Nobody told you to default nothing.
Look.
Nobody told you to default. It's pretty. Nobody told you to default nothing. God didn't tell you to love nobody to no default. Nobody told.
Look, this in there.
Yeah, we're to watch it. Nobody told y'all to love to a default.
See, the other one.
Some of y'all are so loyal.
Oh, broke.
I see.
It's a broke.
Some of y'all are loyal to a point
Put this in the phone.
that it don't even make sense. Some of y'all are so loyal and ain't nobody, your mama didn't teach you this, your daddy didn't teach you this, God didn't even tell you to do this, but you still doing this. You loyal to a default. Nobody told you to default anything. Being loyal to a default is a person who is overextending themselves. Come on, speak, God. Speak. Y'all, if overextending yourself to any person outside of you is only designed for emergencies and special situations.
Daddy, look, I broke it.
Don't bring nothing else, baby.
Look, I broke my phone.
Overextending yourself was designed for emergencies and special situations. When overextending yourself to a man or a woman becomes consistent, then you're dealing with somebody that is childish. You're going to have a poor income because of the outcome. Your outcome is your view on life. Your income is what you're bringing in. Y'all are pouring into them and they're pouring into themselves. Who's pouring into you? You're loving them, they're loving them, but who's loving you? You're helping them, they're helping them, but who's helping you? Y'all got to come out of these one-sided relationships. These one-sided situations. That's family, friends, mates, businesses. I'm telling you, it should not be one-sided. But if you was attentive this morning, you will be able to see people for who they are. You will be at a high level of consciousness that your third eye is open, and you'll see that, you know what, man, my mama ain't being a mama. My daddy ain't being a daddy. My friend ain't being a friend. My cousin ain't being a cousin. My mate ain't being a mate. My business partner ain't being a business partner. Because you're in a one-sided relationship. And anytime it's one-sided, things begin to tip and turn over. Now, what you was designed to overcome, now it's overtaking you. It's overcoming you. What up, Miss LaShawn? Blessed to you, Queen. Today gonna be a phenomenal day. I'm telling you, y'all gotta stop. Come out of these one-sided relationships. Y'all overextending yourself. Overextension was designed for special situations and emergencies. If you are a one that is overextending yourself or loving to a default, helping to a default, doing everything, your goodness, your greatness to a default, you are overextending yourself. And if you do this consistently to a point it becomes a lifestyle, meaning more than 21 days, then who you dealing with is no good. You don't want to hear that. Who and what you dealing with, where you going, whatever thing it is no good. I'm sorry, not sorry. It ain't no good, baby. It ain't no good, kings and queens. It ain't no good. Because where there's overextension consistency, it's a poor situation.
Look.
Thank you. Oh, that's good. You fixed it. It's a non-profitable organization. You might as well go get your 501(c)(3). You might as well go ahead and allow the government to assist you with your life because you're going to need the government because you're going to have a poor outcome. Hello. Or poor outcome. Because you ain't bringing in no income, meaning something that's going to develop you, stimulate you physically, spiritually, emotionally, sexually, financially, whatever entity of your life, you are not going to get any increase in upgrades, because if you're overextending yourself consistently, you're in a bad situation. 9 times out of 10, you're dealing with somebody that's no good. You're making poor choices and decisions. This is a non-profitable organization. You might as well get assistance from the government, get your 501c, because ain't nobody going to assist you or support you in this foolishness, this bad relationship, this bad friendship, this bad family. And when it comes to friendships, you know, ships sail, baby. So if we friends and we develop a friendship, where we going, baby? Where we going and what we doing? By us befriending each other, where are we going? God is talking about right direction. Ships sail. So it's called friendship. By us friending each other, it's shipping us somewhere. It should be taking us in a direction going forward or a direction going up. Otherwise, why do they carry the title of friendship in your life? Hello. Somebody better start letting some people go, and it's going to complement your life. To be a grown man and a grown woman, you got to be able to make the tough decisions. Sometimes you got to, with families dealing with generation curses, you got to love people from a distance. Sometimes you got to learn to let people go for the sake of you. You got to do this. If you love yourself, if you care about you, you are not grown if you cannot make the tough decisions. I don't care if it hurts. I'd rather you be hurt for a moment than to be damaged for a lifetime. Relationships. By us having relations, meaning doing what relationships require, where is it shipping us? Where are we going? Are we going forward in life? Are we going up? If we're not going forward or we're not going up, which is a L shape, which means it's love, why are we doing it?
Daddy, I don't know how to do this.
Ships sail. So with relationships, what a worldly blessed to you, King. With relationships, by us having relations, it should be shipping us somewhere. We should be going in a healthy direction. When we in a relationship, baby, I'm thinking about Carowinds. It's like an amusement park. This is a premium level. It's no different from a club. You might pay to get in the club, but there is a special place in the club called a VIP, meaning there is a place that has more value in the facility. It's levels to this. Levels to this. When somebody come in my life, or I'm in relationships with a woman, I need you to feel like you just walked in, you just arrived in Turks and Caicos. I need to feel like we need to feel like we're going on a cruise. There must be some type of loaded level of healthy direction. Things must be going forward or things must be going up. If it's going up and going forward, that is the L shape. That is in the form of real love. Love. Speak, God. Speak. Speak. If it ain't going up, if it ain't going forward, that's the L shape. That's love. Real love. Real love is tied to God. God is love and love is God. And you can't say you love God if you don't trust God. Y'all can't even say y'all love people if you don't trust them. See, we're not playing semantics. We're not playing semantics. We're not having mental gymnastics where people toil and play with your minds, your thoughts, your health, your clarity, your mental stability. If you don't trust it, you don't love it. If you don't love it, you don't trust it. So you can come to me all day. I have sessions with queens all the time. I love him. It's just that I don't trust him. Well, baby, you don't love him. Because you're not wholeheartedly in this situation. Because if you can't wholeheartedly, properly trust them, then you don't love them. They work hand in hand. What up, bud? Blessed to you, King. If you don't love them, you don't trust them. If you don't trust them, you don't love them. Words without actions does not become true. Actions do not become valid until they are acted upon consistently. Y'all got to know when y'all being deceived or behooved by people outside of you. We are not the same. We are not the same. Words do not become true, my brother, until they are acted upon. Actions do not become valid until it comes consistent. This tells the truth about a person's character, their self-development, if they're functioning up under their manhood or their womanhood, or they still up under their childhood. Y'all got to know when you're dealing with somebody who looks grown from the exterior, but is still 15, 20 years old on the interior. That means they're grown physically, but they're still a child spiritually. This is why some of these situations ain't working for you. Friendships ain't working. You're dealing with a child. Relationships ain't working. You're dealing with a child. They wasn't properly raised. Man, family is so unhealthy. All family ain't family. They're working on the generational curses. They're childish. Some people just ain't been raised. That's why they act the way they act and function the way they function. And they function this way very consistently in your life. And you have not called an ace a ace and a spade, and you have not moved accordingly. You haven't moved accordingly. So Jeremiah 13:1 through 11 was addressing the hater, the one who is envious, the one who is jealous. So Jeremiah is sitting around saying, God, here I am trying to do the right thing. I'm talking to you right people. You wrong? Let's just go there. You know good people that be in and on my life. I didn't invite you. God didn't put you on here to be here. You just here spectating and trying to be a loaded distraction. Step out the class for a second. Stand in the hallway. I might invite you back in, but you need to step out for a moment. I need to talk to you right good people. You real ones. You fake people, you fake it in a $3 bill. You ain't gonna never keep it real. You can't keep it real with yourself, so you ain't gonna keep it real with nobody else. Stand out there in the hallway for just a second. We don't know how long you're gonna stay out there, but stay out there. There are too many of y'all that care more about what other people think versus how things really are in your real life, your reality. You live more for a fantasy versus your reality. You care more about what you portray to the public, to social media, versus your true reality. So I'm telling you right now, just step aside for a second. Step out the class. Thank you. Stop, Pooh. Step out the class for a second. Because you ain't going to never keep it real. You care more about what you portray versus how things really are. I'm going to tell you something. For those of you that are real ones, remain solid. Be that phenomenal person you know yourself to be. If you can't be real, can't keep it real with your people, then you're around people that don't love you. You should be able to be around people who love you and be yourself. You shouldn't have to be dressed up. You shouldn't have to be costumed, celebrate Halloween all year. When Halloween is celebrated on one year, you celebrate it all year because you acting a fool. You won't keep it real with yourself. You won't keep it real with nobody else. You costume up pain. You costume up drama. You costume up anything negative. But God said you don't never costume up nothing positive. You don't ever attain or align yourself with people that are healthy. Jeremiah said, God, here I am doing the right thing. Trying to be a good man. Trying to do the things that is right. But I'm not getting the results I desire. I'm not progressing. Jeremiah was saying, God, I see all these people around me winning. They accumulating things. They're getting results. They live in any type of life with no regard, no self-respect. They're doing everything that they want to do. They're not even at a level of consciousness that I'm on. God, they're just out there sinning, but it looks like they're winning. Jeremiah said, I take 10 steps forward, end up taking 40 steps back. Jeremiah said, every time I turn around, it's always something. Jeremiah was getting discouraged because he was doing so much right, but yet wrong kept coming. He was doing everything he needed to do, but he was not getting the results. Some of y'all real ones, because the fake ones out to distract you, now you can keep it real. They can't be a distraction no more. Some of y'all can touch and agree. You just a good, loving individual. You loyal from the soil you come from. But yet, you keep getting a bad hand in life. Things keep going left. Things keep going wrong. Some of y'all been drowning in the pools of your tears. You don't know from some of the circumstances if you coming or going. You a genuine individual. When you got their back, you got their back. When somebody needs you, you there. When somebody call you, you pick up the phone. When you love, you in love, you loyal from the soil you come from. But yet folk always gotta hurt or take advantage of your goodness and your greatness. You too felt like Jeremiah. You just a good, genuine, solid individual. I say to you right now, remain that way. Because even in Jeremiah 13, 1 through 11, God said, Jeremiah, you're looking outward. You're looking at short-term satisfaction. You're not looking at the longevity in what you're doing. You don't think that when things go down, that things don't go up. You don't think that when things go left, they don't go right. You don't think when things go negative, they can go positive. Come on, speak, God. Jeremiah, God was telling Jeremiah, remain that way. Remain that, don't change. I'm here to tell you, you good, solid, real individuals do not change. Remain solid. There is a time, as Og Mandino said, the tide always turns. The tide always turns. That means if you down now, come on, baby, get ready. You about to come up. If things have fell apart, come on, somebody, things are about to come together. If you done lost something, you better get ready. You about to gain. I'm telling you right now, if things have went negative, guess what? In this season, things are about to be positive. Things are about to be positive. I'm telling you right now, God said remain the same. Keep being that loving, solid, respectable, honest individual you know yourself to be. See, here's what God told Jeremiah. He said, go ahead and take that sash. Go get that sash. Go get a sash. It's like a cloth or a handkerchief. Go get that sash and go bury it. Go bury it. Go bury it under a rock and allow some time to go by. Jeremiah did as such. He went and took that sash, that handkerchief, and buried it. And then he let a little time go by. And God told Jeremiah to go unbury that statue, that handkerchief. Go dig it back up. Go dig it back up. And when Jeremiah did that sash back up, that sash was dirty, holes in it, smelled bad, bugs and worms were crawling in and out through it. It wasn't even worth you wiping your face. It wasn't worth you washing with it. It was disgusting. And God said in that moment, that is the wicked man's life. That is the outcome of that no good man's life. That is the outcome of that no good woman's life. So it pays off long-term wise to be a solid individual. It pays off long-term wise to be a real one. It pays off long-term wise to be honest. It pays off long-term wise to treat other people right. Because I'm going to tell you something. There is an end game to these no good people. There is an end game to these no good man. There is an end game that is detrimental to a no good woman. Jeremiah looked at that filthy rag and learned a valuable lesson. It pays off to be a good man and a good woman. God said everybody it's inevitable for you to not go through good and bad situations. If I'm gonna tell you, everybody is going through something or have been through something. So the reality is, as long as you're alive, you're gonna be tested, challenged, and tried. You're going to experience ups and you're going to experience downs. Because even the scripture says the sun shines on the just and the unjust. What is this? What does that saying means? In wisdom, it's saying you're going to have your highs and you're going to have your lows. So it's inevitable. But what makes you different, what makes you powerful, is how you approach your situation. Am I going to allow myself to get down off this? I have the power of choice to be sad or happy. I have the power of choice to allow this to affect me in a positive or negative way. It's your choice. You are in control of your own destiny. The sun shines on the just and the unjust. That means good people and bad people have their ups and their downs. But God said you need to pay attention to the end. Because the end from a good man and a good woman, or a good woman or a good man, or a no good man and a no good woman, the end is different. Jeremiah said, God said to Jeremiah, all them people that you looked at, all them people that you was jealous of, all them people you was envying, all them people that you could be potentially hating on, you see their lives on the surface, but behind closed doors, they live in a nightmare. Some of y'all will look at certain people on social media and count their lifestyles as gold. Meanwhile, their reality is very poor. Come on, somebody. Keep it real. Keep it real. Some of y'all would think the most of so many people on social media. Y'all envy these celebrities. Y'all envy these people that y'all see online. Oh, I wish I had what they had. And God sitting there saying, that's hogwash. God sitting there saying, that's a fantasy. God said, that ain't their reality. Y'all envy them, but the truth of the matter is they don't live that life. They care more about what they portray versus how they really living it. I'm going to tell you, it's a small percentage rate of what they truly living by what they portraying. But here you is counting their life as gold. God said you need to focus on you and stop looking outward and then trying to create or develop your own personal life. No, live your own life. Stop being influenced and dictated by what people say and what people do or what people put out. This is your life. You're in control of your own destiny. Yeah. Jeremiah learned a valuable lesson in that moment. To remain the same. Jeremiah was a good man. He remained a good man. God wanted to teach him. Because here's the thing about those people he was envying. Where are they now? God said their life is going to end just like that filthy rag, that handkerchief, that satchel, that sash. Some of y'all be envying people that you shouldn't even be looking up to. You shouldn't be looking up to them. Their life ain't no good. If you got to come closer or God gave you intel and access to their personal life, you be like, oh man, I live a better life than them. I live a better life than them. I got love, joy, peace, tranquility. I got my health and my strength. I'm rich. Y'all envying people and you live a better life than them. Y'all are envying people and y'all live better lives than them. Jeremiah had to learn this lesson. Some of these people that y'all look up to or y'all envy or jealous of or hating on, their life is just like the filthy rag. Just like a lot of these celebrities, a filthy rag. What they portray is so beautiful, but behind closed doors, it's a nightmare. Your time coming. This too shall pass. Today is your day. We at the beginning of the month, and how you start your month is how you end it. This is the first weekend of the month. This can be one of the best days of your life if you change your mind. Have a renewed mind, a renewed heart, a renewed spirit, a renewed soul. Don't be like the people whose life gonna end like that sash. Don't be like Jeremiah in that moment. Forget about how blessed you truly are this morning on this grand rising day. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful day. Have it your way. If you ain't smiled yet, go get you some smiles. I always say at the end of my lives, you ain't on my live for me. You on my live for you. Nobody put a gun to your head. For some reason, God led you or brought you here. I hope what I said have been of some great benefit or have inspired you in some type of way. Love yourself more. And I want you to live before you die, because you're going to be dead a lot longer than you are alive. Ask George Washington. Oh, you can't, because he's gone. But for how long he lived, the world has been here a lot longer than he's been alive. What is God trying to say? That you ain't got no time to waste. Why? Because with the time that you're going to live, the world is going to be here a lot longer than you. So every day counts. This is why I don't waste time focusing on negativity. This is why I don't waste time focusing on things I cannot change, nor I can't control. This is why I don't hold on to people that don't want to be healed. This is why I don't love nobody that don't want to be loved. This is why I only go where I'm motivated, celebrated, educated, and loved. Why? This is high-powered management, because my time is even more valuable than my money. Speak, God. Speak. You got to wake up, change up, grow up, so God can show up, and then here comes the glow up, promotion time. You need this happiness. Some of y'all ain't never felt joy a day in your life. Joy is nothing but happiness at its highest form. Joy is only happiness working consistently in your life. Some of y'all have tasted happiness.
Glasses and then I got money.
Okay.
I hold the money.
Some of y'all can't experience joy because happiness have not been consistent in your life. You're happy on Monday, but then you're down on Tuesday. You're happy on Wednesday, but then you back down on Thursday. You are no different from the children playing on the playground. You're seesawing. You seesawing. You are better. You're seesawing. God said you need levels of consistency, and this comes by how you operate on the inside and who you're tied to consistently, collectively. So you can experience joy that gives you peace that surpasses all understanding. Folk can't understand after all you've been through, after all you've been going through, why you ain't giving up. After all you've been through, after all you're going through, why you still pressing your way, why you still proceeding with life, why you still able to smile. It's because you got joy that gives you peace that surpasses all understanding. Some of y'all ain't never experienced joy. Some of y'all ain't never experienced joy. Some of y'all ain't never experienced joy. You didn't taste happiness, but you ain't experienced joy. Joy. You ain't experienced joy. So the reality is, joy is nothing but peace or nothing but happiness at its highest form. Have you tasted joy before? Because some of y'all haven't experienced yet. Joy is nothing happened outside of you, but you feel good. Joy just gives you peace. You know what, man? Somebody said something negative to you. Man, I give them a pass. I ain't even tripping off that. That's what joy does. Joy will have you sit here, give people passes. Joy will have you speak to people and you ain't even wait for a response. Joy will have you speak to your enemy and you keep it moving. It surpasses all understanding. I'm so caught up in loving me, being me, enjoying my life, I ain't even notice you said something negative. Joy will have you in a position where you operate under a peace that you can't even understand or even pay attention when somebody's doing you wrong, because you so caught up in you. You so caught up in your life, you secure. You secure. I always say at the end of my lives, peace and love. Peace and love. A man functions off peace and a woman functions off love. A man functions off peace and a woman functions off love. If you take that man's peace, he's going to seek peace in some other person, place, or thing. If you take that woman's love, she's going to seek love in some other person, place, or thing. I'm telling you, that's the quickest way to lose a man or a woman. You better go in there, so stop. That's the quickest play or quickest way to lose a man or a woman. Peace and love. These are men and women drives. So men, Be her love and she'll be your peace. Queens, be his peace and he'll be your love. They work hand in hand. I don't agree with a man cheating. I don't agree with a man leaving a woman without clarity, but I do understand because Proverbs says an action will cause a reaction. If you take that man peace, you don't know what he's going to do. I don't agree with it, but I understand. Okay, go get him then. Watch your foot. I don't agree with a man cheating. I don't agree with a man leaving a woman without closure and clarity because men do that. Leaving a woman in disarray. She has low self-esteem now. She's very insecure now because she don't know why things didn't work out. Because you left them without any clarity. Men do that. Some men will cheat and some men will leave a woman without closure and clarity. And some women will become damaged behind it because of poor activity. But some men do these things because the proverb says action causes a reaction. You don't know how that man gonna react. If you're taking a man's peace, you don't know how he gonna respond to that. So there's a lot of women walk around without closure and clarity because you're a peace breaker instead of a peacemaker. You'll lose a man quick taking his peace. No different from a man losing a woman because he's playing with her love. I'm going to tell you something. A man's success is contingent upon the company of women he keeps in his life and how he appreciates her, how he gives her reverence, how he lifts her up. These women are nothing but gifts to the earth because God used them in power to fill the earth. There would not be a word called population without women. So women have the gift of fulfillment, meaning they have the power to birth things. This is why a man is a visionary and a woman is virtuous. Vision, a man can see. This is why men are called to be leaders, because they can see. A woman can fulfill. Look at the earth. She filled it up with the womb. This is why she's called a woman, because she has a womb, the power to fill. So a man, if you walk around here wondering why you ain't successful, it's 9 times out of 10, it's the company of women that you keep and how you treat a woman. All God is saying, you're blocking your blessings. You're hindering your prayers. What father wouldn't take care of his own child? What father would not protect his own daughter? God will put you on pause, put you on ice. All the things that you desire, all the things you've been praying for, all the things you want will be on hold, and you might not never receive it by how you treat a woman. So don't be no fool. I'm going to tell you, because some of y'all are being certified fools. You didn't got to go to school to get this dummy certificate. God take care of his own. That is your reality. So men, I had a client that was wondering why he was so unsuccessful, why he couldn't get nothing going, but he was a total dog. Roof, a raccoon. A raccoon. But here's the ignorant part about his ways. He had a daughter. Has a daughter. And the reality is, how he operates is very poor with women. So I told him and advising him that he better change, because the lesson he's about to learn is going to be through his daughter. God is going to send the same raccoon he is to his daughter, and she's going to love him. But she does not deserve this hurt. Sometimes your sins and your dirt will fall on your children because of your poor choices. So to teach this man, I told him if he does not change, because he has a daughter, God is going to give him a teachable moment, and it's going to be through pain by watching his daughter suffer by the experience of his daughter being with the same person he is to women. And he going to see himself in that same man who his daughter loves. He better change the changeable, love the lovable, and forgive the forgivable. Meaning he need to seek forgiveness. And I'm going to tell you, the best apology is change behavior. Don't come to me talking about you sorry and you ain't changed, nigga. What's wrong with you? That is not a true apology. The best apology is change behavior. So you ain't sorry, nor have you truly, properly apologized unless you change. Change behavior. So I told that man, you better change, because your daughter is going to suffer behind it. God is no respect of any person. If God wants you to learn the lesson, he's willing to go to the full extent for you to learn. When you learn, you earn. And God don't care how you do it. Learn lessons equal high power blessings. What up, Shankadoodle? Blessed to you, Queen. Today is a phenomenal day. What up, Miss D? Blessed to you, Queen. Today going to be a phenomenal day. You already know. So, kings, be conscious of how you treat a woman, because this will determine your levels of success. Your levels of success is contingent upon the company of women you keep in your life. Those of you who don't respect peace and love, the reality is you're a fool, because these are men and women drives. It's like gas to a gas tank. You can't go in no healthy direction if you don't respect peace and love. If you don't respect peace and love, you're equivalent to a person that don't know what they have until they lose it. Why you got to lose something to know what you got? Fool. Nobody, God should have to take that from you to know the value in what you have. Because in what you have, it's going to end up being what you had if you do not change. A lot of y'all who don't respect peace and love, you're going to pay the stupid tax of life. You're going to pay the prepayment penalty of life. Why? Why? Because anything that is God sent that is unappreciated, the Lord giveth and the Lord will taketh away. So by you paying the stupid tax of life, God going to bring you to the front of the congregation of that good man and that good woman life who is God sent to you for a purpose, not just to do anything, but great reasoning. And the Lord giveth and he'll taketh away. Now you're going to pay the stupid tax of life by witnessing that good man, that good woman that was God sent, being loved, appreciated, and enjoyed and successful with somebody else. All because you acting a fool. You better change before it's too late, because God is going to teach you in the form of karma, and it's going to hurt your life. Stupid tax. God going to tax your life with your time, hurt, and pain so you can learn the lesson. And those of you who don't learn lessons, guess what? The professor, whom is God, going to make you retake the test all over again. Some folk graduating, some people being promoted in life, folk being successful, but you still in the same place in life. Why? Because God ain't willing to move until you move. Just like that. Ask Ludacris. The great philosopher Ludacris said, when you move, I move. Just like that. That's how God operates. A lot of y'all think y'all waiting on God. God waiting on you, fool. You need to get up, get out, and do something. You need to put what you're doing into motion. Into motion. Do something about your life. Ain't nothing going to change until you change. Until you make a decision. Some of y'all holding on to no good people. No good man, sleeping with the enemy, laying with the devil. People being a disservice to your life, inconvenience your life, but you won't grow up, because one cannot say you're grown until you're able to make the tough decisions. This person ain't making you better. This person ain't helping you prosper. This person ain't bringing the best out of you. They're bringing out the worst. You're being a fool. I love y'all, man. I pray that what I said have inspired you in some type of way. I hope you live before you die and understand from today going forward, your time is so valuable. Life becomes more fulfilling when you put more value on your access and your time. And then everybody can't get to me. And then everybody can't call me. And then everybody can't even come to my house. And then everybody don't even know where I live. Because I put value on my access and my time. Go ask Carowinds. You can't get in there for free. You got to pay to get in there. Why? Because it's an amusement park. Ask the club at a certain time. You're going to pay to get in. But if you want to get in by VIP, you're going to have to pay a premium price. Why? Because there's more value there. If the club know how to put value on their access and their time, why don't you? Come on, speak, God. Speak. Speak. Let them know. Let them know. Because some of y'all, man, your life can be so much more healthy if you put more value on your access and your time. Yeah. Yeah, God was in his bag today. I hope you make better conscious decisions for your life going forward. I am J. Pitts Presents. I am your life coach, and class is dismissed. Those who love and support me, like and share. If I inspired you some type of way, I bless your heart in some type of way. If God put it on your heart, bless my business. Like my Venmo, my Cash App, it's the tip jar moment. My Venmo and Cash App is in my title. But what I want you to do is make better choices. I want you to know that I appreciate you, I love you, and I want you to live your best life going forward. Up the score. The next time a hater or somebody that's envious or somebody that hates you or jealous of you come your way, tell them, look at the scoreboard. You up. You winning. Some people come just only to be a distraction. Keep you off your love, your joy, your peace, and your tranquility. Even some of the best moments of your life. I'm telling you, love yourself more. It's your time. It's your time. It's just your time. When you learn to let stuff go, that's when God gonna bless you.
Unrepaired, I felt so alone.
Let's go.
So no one cared. You came along,
One life to live.
gave me a song to ease the pain and erase the strain. No one but you promised me you did.
Against all odds, I made the choice to give you my trust. Now I rejoice. You answered my prayer. Not a moment too soon. Your word I embrace. My sins you erase. You could have blessed me, Lord, with no one to care. You promised me, you'd be there all the time. Oh, and you did just
Yeah, church service day. Mom. Yeah, the church service day.
I gave it up. Oh, I let it go. Lord, you brought me through. Now I'm brand new. I said, have your way. Lord, me to stay. Lord, you promised me you would hear my plea, and you did just what you said.
Yeah.
Against all odds, I made the choice to give you my trust. Now I rejoice. You answered my prayer. Not a moment too soon. Your word I embrace. My sin you erase. You could have blessed with no one to care. Promise me, oh, and you did just
Don't let it go.
oh, I gave it up. Let it go.
You gotta let it go.
You brought me
That's when God gonna bless you.
through. Now I'm
exchange for an exchange. Let go of the negativity for positivity. Your blessing. Just what you go back and listen to it. God was in his bag this morning. Go back and listen to it. When it load up. God. Now let it go. Yeah. What you said. How many of y'all can say folk do what they say they're gonna do? Like I said, recap lesson. Pin this to your day and your life going forward. Words without actions is not true. You can't count it as true. Actions without consistency cannot be counted as valid. If you are overextending yourself, you're only supposed to overextend yourself to people for emergencies and special situations. This should not be coming consistently. If you're overextending yourself with people, meaning you're in a one-sided relationship, meaning you're doing but they're not doing back or doing for you. You pouring into them, they're not pouring back into you. You are in a one-sided situation and you are dealing with somebody who is no good. It's a non-profitable organization. Go get your 501(c), go file it with the government, have the government assist your life because you're making some dumb choices. I am J. Pierce Presents. I am your life coach. And class is dismissed. Time is of the essence and it starts what? Right now. Make a decision. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, this is the first weekend of the month. How you start your month is how you end it.